we're gonna paint this flying goose.
My name is Vicky Littell. I'm an Australian living in Orlando, Florida. I have been part of Chen's community since 2017. I found Chen on YouTube and decided I would like to try work closer with him. My goal has always been a watercolorist. It's been my fascination since a child. I retired 2 years ago. Since that time, I've put all of my focus and energy into developing my skills. When I first started just around here, I live on a lake, my big challenge came when I saw how to do a portrait from a cell phone. And that was this one. This is the beginning. I was happy with it. I wanted to do something of my own. It was my son. This was the first attempt. Second attempt was looking a little better. I was pleased and encouraged. I then decided that I was going to participate more in Enjoying Art Learning Library. At that point, I started going through all of the portrait classes. All of this has helped me to grow and develop my skills. On the wall behind, you can see my latest portraits. Definitely a lot more developed than they were in the beginning, and I give all of that credit to Yong Chen and what I have learned through the patron community. I've really enjoyed sharing my art with other members. A very safe place in a very private group. We help each other along and critique each other's work. As I said, a safe place to share and to grow.
If you're a member, you can come into the Patreon. Full reference image plus the traceable. You can download them, do some drawing preparation. First thing first, we're gonna figure it out, see how big is the bird you want it to be. In the reference, a very small, tiny, maybe 1/3 of the vertical space. So we want it to have a little bit bigger, and you need to decide. We're gonna have very, very light color. I'm gonna have the bird a little bit higher, so I don't need that much space at the top of the sky. This angle, like that, this will be bottom of the bird. In that case, take a look at the tail, and to look at the front, this is the head. You can see there's a triangle, right? Okay, this is good. You can see this wing coming all the way, floating over here. So I'm going to take a look at floating over here and coming forward. If you're feeling a little bit scared of doing the brush drawing with watercolor, and use a pencil, okay? Spend a little bit more time and have fun with it, okay? Don't feel like unsecure or panic. This is not helpful. And let's take a look at this wing coming up over here. If you pay more attention observing before you draw or paint anything, and that will also avoid all the issues. You just need to pay more attention. So there's the wing over here. Now it looks like I'm going to move this wing a little bit more forward. Okay, let's take a look. Coming, you see it a little bit higher, right? Coming over here all the way. This is good. That's the wing over there. And this is good. Now, roughly, we already know the location. This is the tail of the bird. Okay, this is good, like that. And coming forward, this is the front of the bird. This is okay. That's the body of the bird. It's very rounded. So we are going to set some shadow. Okay. Okay, this is the shadow. Here you go. That's good. This is the a little bit shadow side. Shadow side always look a little bit darker. So don't worry about it. It's just great. And it's supposed to be have all three colors. So this is good. Now I'm going to set a little bit warm color. Okay, like this. A little warm color. And put it over here just as we serve it as the mouth of the goose. The goose. Okay, right here. Right there. This is good. Very good. So now we know. Actually, we can put a little bit shadow. Just a little bit blue color. A little bit blue. Okay. I don't use much water right now. Okay, just a little bit shading like this. And it will dry really quickly. So no worry about it. And it will. So important to leave the light shape. So right now, I indicate some of the space so that I will not going to paint into the light shape. Okay, coming down a little bit like this. Okay, this is good. And the wing. And come forward a little bit. And this is good. And then there's the shadow side. In the back over here, this is the big shadow side. I'm going to draw a little bit. This is the wing, like that. This is the feather, and I would come back after taking care of the sky. It looks like a pretty good already, right? Now let's take a look at the cloud. I'm going to have the cloud over here, and I'm going to leave a little light shape over here. We're going to do lots of wet into wet, and coming the front over here. So I like this a little dark cloud, and it actually making with the contrast, making the light in the head is going to stand out. Okay, like that. I can have a little bit more white cloud right over here. That's just fine. It's just a little white cloud in the back over here too. And I think this is pretty good. And the bottom have shadow. And my drawing is already done. Now let's see. Over here, the light shape, making sure you paint around. But the area that is darker than the background. Dark shape on the feather, you don't have to leave those. I need to set a little bit color over here because this is the leg over here is very, very bright. So I'm going to keep a little shape over here. So I don't want to paint the cloud into this space. Okay, like this. That's a good suggestion, reminder. So you won't paint into that. So that right, the preparation is already done. And let's start the painting. You know, when I start the painting in the background, always use the flat brush. And I'm going to remind you the way to use the brush. You don't want to use a vertical like this. When you do vertical like that, the hair bend it too much. You want to ease the hair, following the direction like this. It's almost like a 30-40 degree like this. So you can see that it's about this kind of degree, right? Following like this and turning the other side and come back on this side. All right, let's start it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Type it in the comment. And if you're a member, you can tag me, ask me in our Discord sharing center. Okay, I'll also bring in a little bit red shade of blue color for the sky. I am going to start from the top over here. Let's take a look. So this is good. I'm going to make sure I leave a little light shape over here. This is good. And going around and look at the shape of the white cloud. Okay, now I'm going to come in over here, cross over the dark feather. Okay, here you go. This is good. And coming down over here, let's do a little bit quicker. Okay, that's good. Now, fill in that space really quickly. And now thinking about, is that dark enough? I think I'm going to make it even darker. So I'm going to get a little bit more blue color. I'm going to get that even a little bit darker. Put a little bit more pink into it. Okay. Have a little bit darker because this space is already wet. It's very easy to have the color goes very smoother. This is good. Now I'm going to go to the bottom over here, also a little bit darker. And then I'm going to come back to mix the red shade and the red shade blue color and the green shade blue color together, and take a look and come up over here a little bit. We need to have a little bit red color. So you see that a little bit red, look like a little bit red on the cloud. Now come back over here, coming in. Ooh, this is good. You see that? That's good. And seeing the cloud and coming back over here and come to we can paint around the light shape. Okay, here you go. I'm going to leave a little gap over here like that. It doesn't have to be look like exactly like the reference, and just painting around on the edge over here like this. It's pretty good. And so far you see the large brush, it actually saves you lots of time, right? And I'm going to paint around the legs, and this is easy. So I know someone doesn't like to use the masking fluids, so you can use this process. Okay, this is good. You're only looking for the large area, okay, not the small area at this point. Okay, we come back to take care of the small area later. Now I'm going to take a look at the front over here and take a look. This is very crucial. So just use this brush. They here very good. And here you go. Now I'm going to have this on top of the head coming up like this. That's good. Right? Now this is the, you don't have to make it exactly like the reference. Again, I keep saying that again and again. Give a little bit more fun for yourself and keep a little enough the creative license for yourself, right? Okay, so you can change things, okay, like that. And coming the front over here, have a little bit cloud like that, and coming on the side over here, merge into it. This is good. Now I finished that. Now I have the clouds, pretty interesting already. Now I'm going to have this a little bit softer. If I want to just clean, take away enough wet, and just make it a little bit softer. You don't have to do too much of that. But I'm also going to modify the outside a little bit softer too. Right over there, I'm going to modify that out a little bit. So make it feel even more like clouds, right? I'm going to have this, modify that by using that, lifting up a little bit more color so it softens the edge. That's good, right? Make sure you use the large brush. Now here you go. I'm going to coming over here too. It says lift it up. Just perfect timing. It's not very wet, but it's not very dry. This is good. I'm going to have this coming up a little bit. So this is good. Have some soft, have some hard edge. Okay, this is good. I'm going to have a little bit, expand a little bit over here too. Like that. And lift up a little bit, like shape. All right. I'm going to have this a little bit softer too. This is very new, this paint. Okay. All right. Now we mask the larger shape. It's very nice. Now I'm going to continue working into the outside over here. I'm going to get a little bit red shade blue color. Mix that with the green shade blue color. So all the present blue. Okay. Now I'm going to take a look. Start from the bottom over here. And this is very wet over here. You see that? Just like the pink too. And this is good. I'm going to have that a little bit over here too. Okay. A little bit. Just a little bit. This is good. Like that. I'm going to drag the paint from here all the way to the outside. Okay. And that's good enough. Now you see is, oh, this is pretty good already. Now I'm going to have this a little bit softer because this is very close to the wing. I'm going to make this a little bit away from the wing. So I don't want it to be too close, feeling a little bit tight. And I think this is pretty good. The color looks very nice. The big shapes are already there. Okay, I'm going to take away those excess paint on the outside. Take it out. Looks very nice. And the top over here is already dry. This is good. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we can start painting into the main object, the goose. Okay, this is very nice. Careful, this is still wet, but down over here already dry. So I'm going to paint the area that I can work on. And maybe I'm just going to paint a little bit the blue color and the red shade blue color. I'm going to put it right here and see that that's a nice shape. Okay. Looking for shapes, not looking for the object. Okay, that's good. Right there. That's nice. Take a look at the shape like this. That's good. And coming up over here. And that's good. Now, prepare the dark color for the feather a little bit later. And I'm going to have this edge a little bit softer. So add some edge is very, very clear, which is we call it hard edge. Some edge is a very soft edge, right? Okay, so think about, is that how it's a hard edge, a soft edge? Oh, my hand touched over here, so I'm going to come back over here. The bottom is still a little wet, which is good. I'm going to take this color, brush, just drag it on the left or the right. Now fix the issues. Now even look better. Okay, now from here on, be a little careful where your hand touch. Okay, now the head over here, I think that is still a little wet. So I'm going to come back to do that. Don't do that right now. So now I'm going to do the wing on this side. Just it's a little bit warmer color. So I'm going to get the yellow and the red over here. It looks like a little bit brown, right? Okay, here we go. A little bit brown like this. And put it over there. Like that, very warm. I'm sure it's not that warm, right? Just go with that color. And then we're going to add a little blue color into it. That will be fine. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get a little bit blue into here. Okay, like this. A little bit darker. Here you go. Take a look at the edge. Coming down over here, a little bit gap. Take a look at the gap over here. Here we go. That's just good. All right. That's good. Now you see, we separate the light and shadow. That's just the starting point. I'm going to have that up over here. And this would be coming down over here. You see the edge over here a little bit more blue. So take a look at the temperature of the color and take a look at how dark is that color. And that looks just very nice. And this can be a little bit softer, but don't have to because this is going to be very dark, right? So this is good. As we're speaking, this is already dry. So we can work into that. So this is the first thing, right? We're going to add those colors. See this color a little bit darker on the edge over here. And we're going to give a little bit detail into that. So and down over here, I'm going to use the little blue color, okay? And little blue color. And in the shadows, well, I'm going to have that a little blue color because this top area actually facing to the sky. And oh, the bottom over here, the new water actually pushing in. No worry, we can fix it. Okay, here you go. Now coming over here, let's continue. So when something happens, you don't have to be panic and fix it immediately. And you can come back to do it. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to have that. That's good. A little shape here. And like that. That's good. Now the color turn. The top over here facing to the sky, so of course they have a little bit more blue. But the bottom, it would have a little bit more warmer color. So that's the local color. Okay, now I'm going to have the edge over here. Also have make it a little bit, slightly little bit darker than the sky. And here you go. I could ping this actually, ping the background actually onto the tail over here, but we missed the timing. Okay, here you go. That's good. Like that, and we can have a little bit darker on the edge over here. That's good for now. And now I'm going to come back to the bottom. Okay, here we go. Anything like this happen, the big texture, you get to use the 1-inch flat brush. Okay, now I'm going to use this color first. I'm going to brush that one brush stroke. Here you go. It's gone. Okay, here you go, like this. Coming up a little bit here. It's a good combination. This is a whole set. And got to take care of the larger area before the small area. Okay, that's good. Now it already look fine. And now we go back to take a look at, have a little bit more yellow color, yellow brown color at the bottom. So I'm gonna take a little bit more yellow, and with this is good. Right there, take a look at how dark is the color and how much yellow, how much blue, how much red. Right, need to have a little bit more red. A little bit subtle. That's too much. Too much. So this is good. That's good. I'm gonna put that right in here. Here you go. That's good. Stop. That's the shape. Okay. Value is very, very crucial, important part of their a color. I'm gonna put that a little bit darker. And the bottom over here had on the light side, you actually see a little bit yellow brown color at the bottom. So we're going to come back, but we need to be darker. There's definitely a lot darker. And you think that it may be good enough, but it's not. It need to be darker. Think about the value. Okay, darker. I'm going to have a little bit blue color right on the edge here. Okay, that's the blue color. Okay, that's good. Then the value get a little bit darker. I'm gonna get a little yellow. This is already have blue and red color. So I'm gonna have a little red, a little bit more red, and a little bit more yellow. Okay, that's only the 3 primary colors we are using. So Winsor yellow, Winsor red, and the present blue, or say the Winsor blue green shade. Okay, this is good. I'm making this color a little bit thicker. Come back here. That's good. This whole area need to be darker. Okay, now you see that it's darker. Even though in the inside we're still going to have a little bit details, but right now the color's pretty good, the value is pretty good. I'm going to have this a little bit softer because gradually turning up like this. This is good. We're going to come back to do the light side a little bit later. Okay, and in here we're going to add a little bit darker color right here, and see the between. Oh, this is very interesting questions. Someone asks about, do I mix the warm and cool color? Because in these 3 primary colors, there's only 3. So it's not like, say, every color has is a warm side and a cool side. Like a red has a warmer red, a yellow red, and a cooler red, so on. But we don't have much variations of each of the primary colors. So in this case, we are using only the yellow, red, and blue primary colors. We're going to talk more about our mixing system. If you are coming from already practice the other mixing system and try to adapt this limited color palette, it may be a little bit different. You're feeling a little bit uncomfortable at the beginning, but we will talk a little bit more in the future, especially in our member area. And we have some video is about color mixing, so feel free to take a look at those. So we're going to talk more about what you're concerned about in the future. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to come back to the wing over here. I'm going to have that a little bit darker. In these three primary colors, by the way, there is the red is just the warm color, the warmest color, right? The blue is the coolest color. So whenever I say let's make the color a little bit cooler, that means I'm going to the blue color. I'm going to get more blue into it. And we do use the two different blue color in our painting. And mainly I'm using the green shade blue color. And in some occasion, for the catch the shadow, I use the red shade blue color and for a different effect. Okay, that's good, like that. And have some little bit darker on this side. So when at this point you want to ignore the dark or the very black, right, or feather. And without that, what other color you need to prepare before that, right? Okay, now we're going to paint into the head. We're almost there. As soon as you put the detail into it, and it's going to look very good. Now, if this color is not dark enough, so I'm going to put that a little bit more blue color back into here. That's just good. Now make it, just bleed the color, bring the color down over here. That's good, like that. Wonderful. Now I'm going to come into the head. Now the head has some, actually have on the top have a little bit red shade blue color. You see a different kind of blue. This is red shade blue color. This is green shade blue color. Right. I'm going to have this on the top. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to start modify the color, changing into the little more and more the warm color, which is have more red and yellow. It's a little bit warmer. That is good. Have that wet into wet connect together. Now let's take a look at that. That's very good. And the top still have a little bit blue. Just take a very little blue. Okay, like that. A little bit blue on the top of the head. Now take a look at it. Go through the eye, about like that. That's good. That's just should do it. This is good. On the top, have a little bit blue. Okay, have a little bit blue on the top over here. Try to make it feel more rounded. That's good. Okay, the bottom over here, have that color coming through. Now create a form of a very smooth, rounded. That's good. I think that the shape is there. Now I'm gonna have a little bit brown color at the bottom right here. I'm gonna, when it's wet into wet, it just squeeze that little color in. Okay, this is good. And we're gonna remove that a little bit, maybe too much. This is good, smooth. Now I'm gonna, at this time, I'm gonna add a little darker red color to the mouth. Okay, and there's some darker color underneath, but we're gonna do that in a different step. Okay, right here. That's good. And the mouth. Or you can say the beak, right here. Okay, again. Oh, that would be great. Someone just said you bought the brushes and you already start using it and you're in love with it. This is great. And yeah, our brushes has been improved is with our communication with directly with the brush maker. And hopefully someday we're gonna have some different sizes of this set of brushes. So if you want to have, some members that are painting a little bit bigger painting, and it might helpful. This is good. Now I'm gonna come to the same thing on the leg. Right here, I'm gonna get a little bit red. You see that? That's good. And take a look at the leg. Right, that's good. And then we're gonna just paint the whole leg like that. That's good. And coming back, and just two of them, okay, together. Now this is good. Now we're gonna get more and more. Now this is good. We're gonna get there, right? Very, very soon, and we just like a half hours. And now we're gonna go into set a little bit detail. And this is already dry, making sure it's dry before you're going back in to add more on top. And there's a little bit dry. This is good. Now seeing that, there's two different muscles over here on the leg. This is good. You see that? Nice, softer. That's good. On the back over there. And we also have a little bit color like this. That's good. A little bit tone, a little bit shadow over here. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, like this. And oh, good question. Where the reference? Right on the top right corner, you can see the small one. Can you see it? Okay, now I just use this brush. Remove some color, make that a little bit lighter. This brush is very good of lifting. It's natural here is grab the color and you can remove it from the paper. And I've been using a lot of different brushes in my 30 years of painting watercolor. And I always wanted to, simplify it. And I don't want to have carry on a whole set of brushes. Okay, this is very good. I'm gonna come in over here to add a little shade, showing the feather over here. Now I'm gonna see this is the detail part. Okay, like this. And don't have to make too much contrast. That's a very subtle. Okay, you may not really see well enough from this scale. And I will enlarge it in the edited version. Okay, this is good. Now you can see the feather on top of that. That's good. And that's good. Now this is good. Now I have even a little bit darker over here. This shape, this is good, coming down. And now coming back here, there's another layer. And you can see that. Ooh, you can see it. Actually, you can see it softer coming down. This is good. I'm gonna have a little bit warmer, a little bit blue color on the top over here. Now I'm gonna do another round. Okay, right here. Here we go. And coming up over here. That's good. Now make the edge over here a little bit darker. Also have a little bit blue. Yeah, a little bit blue here too. You can see that. Over the time, your eye is going to become very sensitive by seeing the blue, the red, the yellow, and the value. Okay, that's very crucial. Okay, and there's another line over here. I may come back to actually reinforce that line. Okay, that's very nice. Now I'm going to go in down to the bottom of the head. Right, that is a little bit darker, but think about how dark the color would be. It's not really that dark, okay, but a little bit shadow right under here. That's good. Just look at the contour. Okay, that's good, like that. So by the way, you probably have seen quite a bit of members sharing story in the beginning of our new videos. So if you think you want to save some time from your struggle, and please come to join us. You can have direct communication with me, and you can have direct communication with other members in a very safe space. Okay, this is good. Now I make this a little bit darker, and now the head looks very good. Now I'm going to carry this dark color. This dark color mostly is red and pleasant blue. Okay, right here. That's good. Like that. And then on the shadow side of the legs. And now coming here and going through the little big shadow side. Like that. This is very nice. I'm going to have this curve a little bit. And a little bit like that. This is good. Okay. That looks nice. Getting there, right? Little by little, we are creating enough contrast between light and dark, warm and cool, and bright and neutral. Okay. And we're going to have this continue. Oh, that's good. Let the color connect it too. That will be fine. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have this and a little bit darker over here. And this is good. Now we're going to set the yellow orange color in the light side. Now you see the color, but you also need to see the value, right? It's very important. And even though this is like a very bright yellow color, you think about how dark is the yellow color. Darker than the orange, they will turn into brown color, right? So over here, there's a little orange color. There's a little orange color over here. And now I'm going to, but when you squint your eye, you can see the value of the color. Hi, Peter. And right here, like that. And I'm going to bring those color up over here. That's good. Like this. That's showing the form of the bird. So now I'm going to have a little bit brown color again, coming a little bit over here, coming down, make it a little bit darker, have a little bit warm color, like that, coming up from here. Okay, that's good. Now you can see that that's very beautiful. All right, let's go to finish the painting. And we might come back to the bottom over here and make it even better. Now we take a look. I'm going to just get the very dark color. Okay. You got to have a brush that have very good tip. Okay. And here we go. Okay. Take a look. Right here. Like that. Beautiful. Now, have that. That's good. Now we're going to go into the wing. Okay. Now I'm going to mix a little bit more paint over here, even darker. Get the blue and the red together. And more blue. Okay, that's good. More blue. Okay, this is good. And here you go. This color, very dark. Now, let's take a look. I'm going to start from this wing. Okay. Now I'm going to take a look. Pressure down and drag. That's good. Like this. And stop over here. And pressure down and drag. And have a little gap over here. Pressure down and drag. With like just one brush stroke. You can try to do accomplish more, like right over here. The next one, 1, 2, 3, number 4 is very close together. I'm gonna coming down over here. Take a look at. Now I'm gonna have a little bit light shape. Okay, a little bit water to expand this color gradually. Okay, I'll come back to do that after I develop the shape on the other one. Okay, now take a look. take a look at this side. Now I have this that knowing that how long this is going to be, and this need to be come up over here. Okay, good, right over here. So I'm gonna have this a little bit smaller, like gradually coming in. Okay, like this, very nice. Now is the right proportion. So now I'm gonna do the third one before we do the second one. Okay, and then the next one right next to it, like this. Here you go. And next one. Now the rest over is very close. Okay, here we go. Here you go, like this. Nice. That's good. Now it coming down over here, that's almost there. And I think it can come down a little bit more. Like that. Right there. That's just good. Now I'm coming back to do the second one. Yeah, I think the second one's very interesting. So I'm gonna have it, put it down and drag your brush. Okay, that's good. Right there. That's just great. Now all those feather looks interesting. Now coming in here, this is about right here. That's good. Now, and same thing. I'm gonna come back with a little bit light shape. I'm still seeing a little bit gap, a little bit soft gap over here, like this. That's good. Now, right. Now the painting's almost there. Now I'm gonna have a little bit light blue color. Okay, and I'm gonna connect this coming down over here. Look, drag it over here and tip. Drag it over here like a little tip. And but it may be too dark. I'm gonna have that a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter. Here we go. And actually seeing a little bit like orange color in it, because it has the light coming from the sunlight. Okay, here you go, like this. That's good. And keep going on this side, like that, and a little bit over here. I like that. Very good. And a couple more, like this, like that. Have it nice. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit gray color and a little gray color right over here too, like that. That's good. All right, that's on that wing. We can soften that to have a little bit more transitions, but let's come back to the other side, and I'm gonna have just that brown color, a little bit brown color like this. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have this lead those color a little bit more softer. I don't think that's need to be that dark. Just get a little bit more orange color. Get the yellow, get the red, and mix it into this color. Here you go. That's good. Have some color coming in like this. Nice. Here you go. That's good. And can be a little bit lighter, so get a little water. Now I'm gonna have a little brown color. Get the yellow and the red color, and here you go. That's just good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit blue. Now here you go. Have this a little bit darker too. Now let's connect that over. Oh, look at that. Looks feeling the translucence of the wing, right? That's good. Right over here. Now it's the time to add a little line. A little line, very thin line. Here you go. like this, coming from here and come down like this. Wow, that's good. And coming over here. Hello. Oh, we teach in this manner. We teach on Zoom. We are very much like in-person experience, and you can ask me any questions, and we are meeting at least once a week. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message in the community, and you can post your work. And if you want to request some help, we have member and myself would come to answer your questions. And you very much can access like in-person experience. Okay, in the future, we're going to have more actual meeting and in location in the communities. So if you like the way I am teaching, I recommend that you should just come by, give it a try. It's not like I'm going to lock you for a life, right? If you don't like it next month, you can stop your membership. So not like, say, is a very long-term contract that you have to. You can do month by month until, yeah. Yeah, we have a learning center that all the 4 lessons there, and you can learn on your own, and then you can share your work on Discord if you are a member level. And also we have clubs. You can join the club that meet your personal interest, like a portrait, calligraphy, and observational sketcher, business, and all kind of member club. We have more and more club. We have oil club and all those things. And I'm going to do more and more demonstration also in acrylic. So if you like acrylic paintings, so come by. And this morning, actually, just to let you know in here, and I have been going through the 11 portrait basics video has been very popular, and more people requested, what is the number 12? I said, number 12 is in the making. It's not there yet, but I just already sketching out the continue to the number 30, and I just making plan for the next 19 episode for portrait basics. So hopefully you come in. We're gonna have in the community. We're gonna have the interaction, working together, and also we're gonna create the portrait challenge in the community, and as well as gonna landscape and our flower, and we're gonna rotate our challenge. Okay. Again, if you're wondering about how the member experience like, come in to join us. Try it. Okay, try it for a month. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, I think the bird is pretty good. Do you think? And now we're gonna come back to seeing the entire painting. So have a little bit this color. I'm gonna have that over here too. I'm gonna skip a little bit more like this. Here we go. Give a little bit more turning, and now I'm going to soften that a little bit. Have that a little bit softer. Okay, here you go. And this is good, like that. Now have a little bit more feeling into the cloud. I want to also light up at the light side over here I think the red is a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna leave it up a little bit. Now this is much better. Now a little bit lighter. Alright, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this flat brush. I'm gonna remove the existing color a little bit more, soften that a little bit. I'm gonna lift that up a little bit. Okay, make that a little bit lighter. Okay, keep doing that like 40-50 degree to the paper, and you can lift up quite a bit. Okay, be patient. Okay, I know most of us have no patience, and here you go. Trust yourself, you can do it. All right, now I'm gonna have a little bit darker blue color at the bottom here, and even have a little bit red color. Here you go. Now I'm gonna do it one more round. You see that the color now closer, and coming over here. That's good. And now on the side over here, I just let it softer, merge together. That'll be fine. All right, now I'm gonna have a little bit blue color and add the shadow. And here you go, like that. And have the shadow. After that, I'm gonna add a little bit more shadow. And here you go, a little bit more shadow. So after this, you may not really know there's just something, an accident happened. Okay, here you go. Here, sometimes you use half of the brush, sometimes you use the full of the brush. Okay, like that. That's just good. I think that the bottom over here looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna have this a little bit softer, like that. Okay.